Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Katie and I make stuff vegan. Okay, so boom. I'm actually really excited about this video today because I've been holding off on it for a while. But when I went to go look at the footage, I was like, okay, bet, I'm gonna make this, I didn't have barely any footage of this event that I thought. So let me give you some backstory. So at the end of 2019, you know, like before the panoramic, I went to London to take a quick audition. I was like, you know, let me hop over, take this audition. If you don't know, I am a classical musician and I just wanted to go play the audition in person. So I literally went to London for one day, right? So I played my audition or whatever, and I had like a couple hours left because I was gonna go to bed. Flight literally left the next morning, right? Cool. So I'm like, you know what? I'm literally in London. Let me go to London Eye, see what that's talking about, and I'm gonna get me some dinner. And why would I go to London for the first time and not try some fish and chips? And even though I was vegan at the time, I was like, I'm gonna find the best fish and chips in London. So I did a little research. I went to this place called By Chloe by Tower Bridge, and I was like, it's a chain, but I went to the one by Tower Bridge because I was like, you know, I could do a twofer, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed. Like, I was expecting more, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's tofu, even though it's whatever, I'm like, y'all do this here, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is y'all food, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that great. I mean, I saw what they were going for, but I literally got home and then the next weekend made fish and chips, and this was before my YouTube channel. So like, when I was ready for it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna show y'all how I would make this fish and chips and make it a lot better, make it a lot more flavorful, whatever. So yeah, if you want to see how I made vegan fish and chips, keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss any of my videos. Also, don't forget that the link to the detailed recipe will be in the description box below. Okay, pip, cheerio, whatever. Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna start out by making my little batter or whatever. I'm just taking some all-purpose flour. I made way too much batter. Actually, yeah, I made too much batter and I adjusted for that in the recipe, so don't worry. Any mistakes I make, I'm gonna tell you and I adjust it. So, you know, you ain't gonna be out here in these streets like I was. I wasn't in these streets, but I was outside. Okay, then I put some cornstarch. I put a heck of cornstarch because I wanted it all crunchy and stuff. Like, I wanted it crunch, you know. Anyway, and I season this batter liberally. It's literally flour. It's flour and cornstarch. Sibble. I was trying to combine it. Season it liberally, okay? This is what I'm choosing to use, but you can use whatever you like, okay? So salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. You know, I would have hit it with some seasoning salt, but I wanted to keep the batter from turning color because, you know, I'm trying to keep it authentic, you know, so whatever. And I whisked that together. Okay, so I'm taking one of my favorite beers. Do not judge me. I'm not a beer connoisseur, okay? So Blue Moon, not even real beer, girl. Anyway, I don't care. This is my favorite one. This is what I'm using. Use whatever beer you like. If you don't drink or you don't want to use beer or whatever, just use sparkling water. I've done it with sparkling water. It works the same. The whole idea of it is the little bubblies are supposed to make it like crunch. So you have the cornstarch and you got the little bubblies. Period. Okay, and I had to thin it out with a little bit more water. I'm actually kind of happy with that because I didn't want it to taste like pure, you know, and it won't. It won't taste like that, don't worry, because it's gonna go through a whole bunch more. But I ended up adding a little water and I whisked it up so I didn't have no lumps, and it looked something like this. And one more thing that I forgot, so I guess we're gonna keep going. Oh, you want it to be the consistency of pancake batter. Okay, so here go my tofu. So I froze this tofu, defrosted it, froze it, defrosted it, and maybe my freezer don't get like cold. I mean, it was frozen, but like I wanted to change the texture. I wanted it to be more dense. I could have done it like a little bit more more dense, but you know, whatever floats your boat. You see how this tofu embarrassed me? Trader Joe's, what are you doing? Why did it do that? I was like, we ain't never did this before. But whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna use nori. This is exactly what By Chloe did as well. This is what makes it taste fishy. I saw someone in the comments one time, thank you for commenting, about how like I don't really like the fishy taste. I guess you could skip this step. Like, if you don't want it to taste fishy, then don't use nori. But you know, I don't mind that like allusion to fish, you know. So, you know, I did it. If you're wondering why this take looks so chaotic, is because I had already started wrapping up the I had already started wrapping up these tofus. You're gonna see what I'm gonna do in a second, and didn't season it. And I should have left it in, but I literally was like poking it through whatever, and I was like, I did not season this, and I had to undo it. But what I did was I cut the nori in half, and then I'm going to layer. I'm going to put one little piece, and I'm going to put it down. I'm going to roll it. I'm going to put another piece on top of that, and I'm going to use these toothpicks to secure the nori in place. Now, it worked out that my tofu was the same width as a half sheet of nori, right? I said that right? But like I remember using like a standard block of tofu, and you just cut it like the short way. It wasn't like that. So I remember I have like vague memories of having to like line it up and cut there, and you just have a little bit of nori left over. Whatever you want to do, I would just recommend covering it. I also tried like cutting the nori sheets into the same size and shape as the tofu and then stacking them. It's not even that deep. Just roll it up, girl. Just roll it up. It's fast, it's easier, and it's less tedious. What you see here is like, first of all, I don't know what's wrong with mama's. I don't know what was wrong with this tofu block. I didn't do anything bad to her. I was not mean to her. I don't know what happened. But I was trying to make sure none of my tofu was falling out because it was like a little crumbly. So I just used extra nori sheets. You can do whatever you want. And I actually would recommend that. Like if you could run into a situation like this, I've been working with tofu for a long time. I was irritated, but we move. I didn't want it to drop off in the batter, so I wanted to make sure it was nice and secure. Okay, so do not skip this step. Do not rush this step. Just stay the course, okay? So we frying again. I know you're probably like, Katie always frying something. Listen, that's my business, okay? And you have to fry it. How can you not fry it? I guess you could dip in the batter, dip in the panko crumbs, make sure they're vegan, and then bake them. Oh, there you go. But it's fish and chips, so unless you want your fish soggy, then do you, okay? But I have this on medium heat. Now I know Katie burnt it. Okay, in Chicago we have this saying called fry hard. So this is how I'm justifying it. I want my stuff fried hard, and that's on what? My business, okay? Mary had a little lamb, but put it on medium heat. Of course, if you see something like this, you see like, oh, that's a little crispy, Katie. I stepped away. I was trying to do too much at once. Don't be like me. Be better than me, okay? But I fried them until they were nice and golden brown and crispy. Look at that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. My little tofu fish were cooling. I'm like, let me make some tartar sauce. So I took some vegan eggs. I took a little bit of lemon juice. Not too much because I didn't want it to taste like, I don't want that, That wasn't English. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I took some sweet relish. Now, I was like, when I was debating, like, do I want to use like pickles or do I want to use sweet relish? Because I'm like, what am I in the mood for? And I'm like, a little sweet moment might hit, Katie, and then it might hit. So that's what I did. If that's weird to you, like relish, Katie, like what the heck, then just use regular pickles. Also, I didn't use capers because I didn't have them, but it wasn't mandatory. Like I used what I had, but I did have Dijon mustard. I would not skip that, and don't OD on it. Just a little bit will do. And also, if you have dill, use dill. I don't know if the clip made it in, but I use parsley instead, like not fresh parsley but dry parsley. You just put that in a little razzle dazzle and then you set it aside. Okay, so I'm removing the toothpicks because that's not cute to bite into a toothpick. I actually did end up biting into one because I forgot that I put one like through the center because I was really trying to do like damage control on that tofu that disrespected me like that. Like, what are you doing? Oh, I did leave it in. Period. Pass, Katie. Okay. I added some parsley. Anyway, I did put some toothpicks like going through the middle because, I didn't want it to fall apart. Now, before you judge me, you over here watching this video and you know that you was not finna make no fresh chips. You knew you wasn't finna do that. So don't judge me. Also, I have already made the same recipe that I will use for these chips on this channel before. You can check out my Travis Scott meal video and you can find that there. I also link it in the description box below. But y'all, listen, I know it looks funny. I know it does. But I have a distinct memory of my sorority sister, like when I made this on my personal Instagram like a year ago, she was like, Sora, what is going on here? Because it's tofu. Because she's like, what is this? But when I tell you, it is dumb good. Like it goes dumb. I would not lie to you. I would not lie to you. It was so... You have to see it for yourself. You have to try it for yourself. You have to try it. You have to try it. You have to. I'm getting emotional. Try it, okay? And let me know if you do. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss any of my videos. The link to this recipe is in the description box below. While you're here, check out my other videos. Period. You see my Zodiac video? Check out my Zodiac video. It was cute. I had fun. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.